All right. Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. I would like to call to order the Gladstone Community Center Advisory Board meeting on Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 3:32 p.m. I will now read into the record. The City of Gladstone is abiding by guidelines set forth in House Bill 2560, which requires the governing body of the public body, to extent reasonably possible, to make all meetings accessible remotely through technological means and provide opportunity for members of general public to remotely submit oral and written testimony during meetings to extent in-person oral and written testimony is allowed. Therefore, this meeting will be open to the public both in person and virtually using the Zoom platform. And Haley, would you please do the roll call?
Joelle Latku.
Here.
Sharon Howard.
Here.
Tony Bergeron.
Here.
Mindy Prosky.
Here.
Evelyn Johannesson. Josie Whitaker.
Here.
Roxanne McMullen.
Okay, thank you. So this is our work session meeting. And so just a reminder, and I had to be reminded too, because we've only done one of these and it was a year ago. But at the work session meetings, we don't make any decisions, meaning that, for instance, we don't vote on the October agenda. We're going to brainstorm, we're going to come up with some great ideas, but we're not necessarily going to vote on anything. Anything that we decide on in this work session, we'll bring forward into the December meeting where I will ask for somebody to make a motion and then we will do it the proper way. Okay. All right. So yes, in December we will approve the October meeting minutes. So with that, do you want to talk about that? Because I didn't know.
Okay. So we were gonna, what Mindy was talking about is the advisory board vacancy, which is actually number 4, but it's okay. We can skip it to it, just so everybody is aware, we do have a vacancy open. So our applications are open online. If you know of anyone who is looking to apply to be on our advisory board, we'll want to share that and encourage them to apply on the city's website. Roxanne is no longer with us, and I'm just going to leave it at that. She's fine. So there's some outside circumstances why she can't be here anymore, and she wishes us the best and wishes she could be here. So we are now without Roxanne. So we are accepting applications until 12/2, I believe. And so we'll see what applications come in, and then how that works is the city council will go through those applications, and then they will choose who out of those applications who is appointed to our advisory board. Any questions about that?
Right. Okay, great. Well, I would like to take this moment to thank Roxanne McMullen for the many years that she has served on the advisory board in both iterations, Senior Center Advisory Board and Community Center Advisory Board. And I know that I and all of you wish her well. Okay. So Gladstone Community Center Work Plan 2026 to 2027. Okay. So in your packets, you have the strategic goals that were for 2025 and 2026. And so we're just looking forward to the upcoming 2026 and beyond. And eliminating the goals that we achieved Go us. No, really go 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 everybody that works at the center. And so we'll come up with some new goals, and just to kind of help with goal setting within your packet, you're also going to see some of the different items of the different goals, the continuing diversity, equity, inclusion, and increasing youth involvement, et cetera. So it's kind of a helpful tool with when finding new goals that we would like to put forth for a vote. So with that, I'll open it up to anybody that wants to start talking or brainstorming.
So I do just want to draw attention to what we had included in the packet is the city council's goals for the community center. And so these are very important for the center. We want to try to work within these parameters as well. These are our goals for the next 2 years as far as the city goes and the city council, what they're looking for us to achieve. And so the ones that we included are specific to the community center. So as we look through these, I really feel like we should focus on adding or digging deeper into these to, complete these goals for city council. So. Thoughts?
Well, what I have seen is that we've seemed to done, Michelle has done a great job of bringing people into the community center outside of the county's education program. So you've established classes that bring in maybe diverse ages or sexes or whatever. I'm wondering if we could expand hours so that there's a large population of people who won't use the community center because they're in a workplace from 8 to 5. And that makes it hard to make it multi-generational because only younger children and retired seniors or people who work nights, I suppose, could have access.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's just an issue that sort of bothers me is if we want it to be open to be seen more of a resource for the everyday people living in Gladstone. There's a big population that can't access it.
Oh, I was just going to say, I really like that idea. I think, I know it's obviously open for some things, right? But how is it actually staffed? Sorry for my ignorance here, but how is it actually staffed in the evening? Or you just trust the instructor? Or do you have like an on-site person?
We don't necessarily have a set protocol. We do have site monitors. We have the ability to flex our time with employees. So someone coming in later in the day and staying later if we have something going on that evening. So we have nothing set in place right now, but thank you, Tony, for the credit, by the way, but I really, really want to
recognize your people.
Recognize the team that we have at the community center right now. They are amazing. We have a lot of the youth youth involvement and the partnership with the school. I could have not accomplished without the city's help. They had built that strong connection with the school district long ago, and I just kind of piggybacked onto that. So I know you guys see me all the time, but I cannot tell you guys enough how much the city supports, the city council supports, the volunteer support at the center. We are 100+ strong, and yeah. So with all that said, yes, we don't have necessarily anything in place right now, but we would technically be able to possibly figure that out for certain things. As far as a full shift in hours, that's something that would need to be brought up with my boss, with council.
Could volunteers be vetted to open and close the building? That's probably the big issue there too.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
So
I know what you mean.
yeah, and I, if that's something that you guys want to work on, these are things that I can definitely dig into deeper and find out what we could do, what resources and how we could, before the next, because we have to think of budget too, as far as hours and time and staff, and there's just so many things that go into that.
Turning
But-
the heat on.
Yeah, all of those things, the lights, the heat, but I do think you have really nailed where we're going. I do see that as our future, because you're right, we are a community center now, and eventually we are going to need to have extended hours.
Right.
I love getting off when I do. However, I do want to see the community center to be able to be enjoyed by different groups of people, for sure. So I think that's worth looking into more, Tony. I think that was,
Sorry, I have a quick question about that. Would it make more sense to expand the hours to have the center open on weekends instead of having it extended hours during the week? Or would that impede the rental of the space? I'm just wondering, because having it open on the weekend would really bring a lot of people in, of all ages, I think. But then the flip side of that, like I said, would be we're trying to generate some revenue by renting out the space on the weekends. And so that might be something to think about as well. So it was
absolutely.
kind of a give and take there too.
What are they extending hours for what? I mean, is it going to be just come in and sit around and chat, or are they going to, are we talking about planning programs or activities? All of the above. All of the above.
I mean, it would just be expanded hours, and then programming and activities would follow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that either way, I think you either do the evenings or you add a day on the weekend. That would be, I would think you could go with one or the other to just expand a little bit without going too far, if that makes sense, to test it.
Well, as far as the weekend goes, you have data on how often things are rented in terms of memorials, weddings, or whatever. I would look at that. I mean, there's you have that access to that data. But I think, as other people have mentioned, if you're going to have other hours, like say, my brain is going like Tuesday, Thursday nights or something, in the middle couple, but what are you going to use it for? Like, we tried having the class creative writing, and there wasn't enough people that signed up. So I think you can try classes and see what kind of, or what would the activities be? Are there more people? You could do a survey, for example, to find out what of the population in the community might be interested in doing at the community center if it was open. And then I want to point out too that you have that teen thing starting in January. Wasn't that Saturday nights?
Correct.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So you may need to have you may want to come up with an idea of one other night a week or something that you're doing something, and use that, do a 3-month trial thing, or 2 to 3 months trial thing in winter or even spring to see what happens. This may just be something that has to be looked at over a period of time where we're trying different things. So, dances is another idea.
Yep.
I mean,
I want an AA meeting there.
Yeah. And these, Sharon, I'll address yours first. You're right. Right now we're trying now just a structured youth art class. We tried this our last term as well. I don't know what the disconnect is so far. But last term for the arts and crafts class, we only got one youth to sign up. And right now we're only looking at 2 for the painting class. And it's more, we're trying different things. So now we're trying it as a fundamental structured painting class for youth. And we have 2 people signed up. So we need 12 to run the class. Just that's to break even with the instructor fee. So there is this trial and error as we go of what is going to work there and what is not. Yes. Then it gets with the AA, it gets back to, do we have a volunteer site monitoring that? Is that permitted? Because AA doesn't pay, correct?
They pay nominally.
Yeah.
Probably not the rate you would pay for the weddings or events.
Yeah.
But they would pay enough to maybe cover the electricity use or something,
Yeah.
I guess I better tell you, I'm a member of AA for many, many years. 33. And
Yep.
and I assure you, AA meetings, they're good tenants. First of all, they're everybody from the community. I mean, they represent, it's not just the poor or the homeless or the whatevers. It is our community is represented in all the professions. And I know that for sure. And then we know, because we're AAs, that people, if anything happens, will get blamed. Which is, we're used to that, Oh, it must have been the AAs that did it, stole the cookies or whatever, and which is not always true. Although I would steal a cookie if I had an opportunity.
That's honest, though.
Yeah.
So that's my pitch for that. And what it also does is it introduces adults to the community center, and then they'll see the other things going on, and they have kids and they have families, and it's good PR. It actually truly is good PR. The churches I know that do it, they're happy with their AA groups.
I think that once we kind of figure out the foundational logistical, like how would we expand hours, then absolutely, then the filling of the time with different organizations that could use the space, different activities, that's the next layer of it. So, but the figuring out the logistical part first is going to be what would probably be the goal or part of the goal, right? Okay.
Could we ask for more money for another staff position?
Not for another 2 years.
Okay, just check.
Yeah, biennial budgeting, and we just finished. So we just entered our first year. Yeah. And I realistically, I don't know if that would be possible.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, we're in times right now, right?
Yards.
There's not a lot of cash flow.
Mm-mm. No.
as far as other, I know you want to get to the goal part, but activity for youth, I think looking at things that are more active, not that art isn't important or even a writing class, they might be more appealed to something like a wrestling group or, well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, they have high school, but, stuff at high school, but, dance classes. I know that they're pretty popular. I don't know what the community school, I guess, last time I looked at their flyer, they did have some things for youth there. So just, and kind of mentioning that, they might have more, appeal to people signing up for those kinds of things. But anyway.
Well, and piggybacking off of that, I wonder if you can partner, like in my brain, I go to like the little guys, the little kids, because like as a parent of young kiddos, I was always looking for things for my kiddos to do. And you have these organizations like Soccer Shots that will come in and they set up 2 little goals. Like you set them up in here and then teach the kids. I don't know if that's something that's been considered, but it's something we could put on a short list, like some of those organizations, because there's a handful of them that they don't need much. They just literally come in, they charge the parents, and then it's a great opportunity for parents of young kiddos or grandparents of young kids to like intermix with other kids. The other thing for the short list that's just on my brain recently specifically, but is some sort of maybe like I'm going to say like, I don't want to use the word help group, but kind of like Tony suggested, a group for people to come together to talk about aging parents and how to best support them. A caregiver support group. I just feel like there's such a large population of aging humans, and it's like, how are we helping each other? And how I have learned so much over the last 3 years. I'm sure everyone in here knows way more about all these things than me, but so many things I have learned that I'm like, wow, I wish I knew that. I wish I had done blah, blah, blah with at the bank. I wish I had known that I could call and get blah, blah, blah service. I feel like you're always, Michelle, always really in the know of those things. But it's like, how do we transfer your knowledge base or other people's knowledge base to help each other?
I think that's a great one for sticking within the city council's goals of expanding multi-generation, multicultural events and services and programs.
Perfect.
I think that's a great one.
That could be a lunch and learn.
I mean, I think it could be ongoing.
Yeah,
Like
it could.
yeah.
I mean, but it could, soft lunch. We could do something, lunch and learn, and then. Yeah.
I mean, because it could be aging parents, it could be kiddos that have some sort of, I don't want to say disability, but some, it could be some inclusion services things. It could be lots of things that we like focus on.
Yep.
Right. Right.
You could have different people that come to speak. Yeah.
Right.
If you had it set up where it just looks out, what the goal is in terms of what do you want to provide, say, over a 6 or 8 week period. And each week could be focused on something. You could do little mini lunch and learns, like a couple every.
I don't know if a lunch and learn would be a good idea for this kind of support group, only because a lunch and learn, you basically trap people in with lunch and they have to learn about whatever we're putting on. However, a support group where people were specifically, especially smaller support groups where people felt in an open environment with people with the same challenges that they have in life, where they could talk amongst themselves. Our lunches are, well, Sharon, you guys know, they're a little chaotic. And so
they would want relief from or eating lunch there with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
They may not be as happy about what they're.
I wasn't suggesting, I guess I should be more specific. You could do the lunch and learn as more of a focus of this is what we're providing, or even a little bit of information like, care. Because you do have people that come in and they talk about things like that, what's available, a service, for example. So one of those could be a smaller, tiny mini and say, well, we do some of the things we talk about in this group. But yeah, and that comes along with what she's talking about too in AA. I think having those other kinds of, 1 or 2 support groups, maybe even 3, if there's enough of a And you could even have them on the same night in different rooms where, somebody who's there is providing. Yeah. So, you could have a couple of support groups one night a week, for example,
Yeah.
from, I don't know, 6 to 8 or 6 to 7:30 or whatever. So, yeah.
That's very,
It's like a coffee chat, but it's at night.
And it would save, it would save the time to have a monitor there or, by the way, the monitors people that come in, they do get paid for I know one person that does that. I don't know if you have other people, but,
Yeah.
anyway,
I volunteer.
yeah. So.
yeah, that's where it gets in that gray area, which I'm not sure of volunteer versus staff member to be there. So, yeah, and I don't know enough about it, unfortunately. I wish I did. But I'll find out and then
that'll
report
be
back
great.
to you guys.
I'm sure you will.
I mean,
Free labor, I love it.
You're full of information. I actually love it.
But yeah, I think that's great. We could, I mean, I don't know if people would come, but we could also offer something possibly in Spanish for a support group. There's a lot going on right now with the Latino community. Again, this is trial and error. I don't know. We could try. They might not come into a government building, but
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, I don't honestly know.
I know.
I wish everyone could feel like it was a safe space. So however we get that messaging out.
Do we know what the population of Hispanics is in Gladstone? I don't know that anyone, I don't know. I'm just curious.
Demographics,
Yeah.
actually.
I had looked recently and it's either 9 or 11%, I want to say. I think Haley's looking it up right now for us.
Just curious.
And that's, I mean, I don't know if we know if that's accurate, correct? So, because not everybody reports on those
Yeah.
censuses.
Yeah.
So,
Are you suggesting like a support group for Spanish speaking people that provides a particular information or what do you mean by?
I'm suggesting that we have more culturally diverse groups at our center. I think we could do a better job. I think I could do a better job at having more resources available for those who need them and want them, especially in the current climate. So,
Well, even looking at the Oregon City and Milwaukee, which is fairly close to here, if you had something that would appeal to that population, I'm sure with people that they could drive, or there even is pretty good bus transportation here. So that's another thing. I think if it's just getting the information out that it's available,
It's almost
whatever it is.
It's almost like it would be interesting. You do a lot of heritage events, but like, how do you create like groups, almost like ERGs within your facility versus like, I know a lot of companies have like different groups of different populations that bring in different you know what I mean? They cultivate the content, they invite people, they like lead the work. You just like put together, we're going to offer these, and then someone becomes the chair of that and then runs that. I don't know if we can do that at the government level. I'm just going to be honest, but I'm asking.
yeah, and we would love to do something like I tried to start something with Indigenous Peoples Day. We had held 2 years in a row, pop up and then an event, and it's hard because it's a small population. So Clackamas County Community College and Portland State already have their own. And so this year when I was trying to organize something, they both basically said, hey, we already have these two. We have these, like Clackamas County, for instance, or Clackamas Community College. They have their own Indigenous group who Clackamas County just offers their space out. They organize and plan the whole thing and put on that Indigenous Peoples Day event at Clackamas County Community College.
Wow.
So as much as there are some things that we would love to
That's
do
fair.
every year, but it's already being done somewhere else. And then we're so small in Clackamas County, they don't want us, that we're overlapping.
That totally makes sense.
And so that one is really challenging for me. And also finding, this sounds horrible, but just finding people on specific days for cultural events. They're basically like this, we don't want to come on this one day that you're asking, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a tricky one. And I'm still trying to work through that and figure that out. So
Totally fair.
keep trying, but
Well, we know if anyone's trying, you are.
It would be interesting to see if Clackamas Community College has some kind of Spanish support being offered. Just not to necessarily copy them, but just to see what they do offer. I do see if we did have something here, it would be, or at our site would be offering information about what's available for services for people in that community. That's just one thing. I don't know if it'd be a support group or a class or what, but there probably is a big need out there. And but it's reaching.
that's the hard part.
Mhm.
And anybody who has suggestions for that, I implore them to share them with me because we have all these great things, but like getting that information out there, I don't know how to get it to everyone.
In Gladstone. In fact, they might still be going. I better
Really?
check that out.
That's cool.
Where was it at?
Churches.
Yeah. I know this sounds weird, but I really truly think when we get our community center sign up at the front of the building, I truly think that people that we've never seen before will start coming into the center.
You're probably right.
100%.
Because
You can't find it.
No.
I had somebody call yesterday and a couple that had been driving around, they said, where is it? I gave them the address. They said they couldn't find it. I said, well, the sign isn't real visible. So I told them, do you know where the laundromat is there? And she said, yeah, and it's on the same side of the street, but a couple of blocks north. And you just have to we'll look again.
yeah,
I tell
Yeah.
people it's just south of the high school.
Yeah,
On the
well,
opposite
either
side.
So
way.
funny.
But she knew what I was talking about.
I would say it's right next to Gladstone Center for Children and Families. It's funny how
Well, yeah,
everyone has
yeah.
a different
I couldn't
way to
think
get
what
people
that was
there.
called, But I
Yeah.
said, yeah, there's a center right across the street with a big park. in front of it.
That's cute.
I think she knew what I was talking about. so.
Sweet.
Yeah, the sign's
Anyway.
gonna really,
I love it.
really help. I
When's that gonna
cannot
be?
wait.
hopefully by the new year. So it's
Good.
yeah, it's in the works. So the artist came and took the last measurements yesterday, and the fabrication, the sign company it's quick, and then it's just on the installer's schedule.
Love it.
Oh
So
my gosh.
on the front of the building on both of those peaks. So community on the high peak and center on the lower peak. So I mean, it's really going to stand out.
It already looks so cute when you drive by anyway. Your little umbrellas, like everything just looks very modern. It's very like it makes you want to come inside.
Yeah, it's just that if you're driving down the street and you don't know it's there, you wouldn't. Really
Oh, you
notice it.
don't.
You
Yeah. You
Unless
don't know
know
what
it's
it
there.
is.
If you walk down the street, you would see it because it is inviting.
Mhm.
You know, the patio and then you can see the sign, but if you're just driving around because you need to focus on the street, I try not to veer too much to the left or right. So anyway,
I wish we could acquire the Ringel house next door.
What?
The house next door,
Northwest Mental Health?
yeah.
They do such great work.
Ringo.
Oh,
It was belonged to Phil Ringo or somebody like that. So
You're talking about the big one.
Yeah.
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 the attorney,
well, that's Northwest Mental Health.
I know,
Yeah,
I wish we could acquire that building.
that would be great. It is adorable inside, but they do great work in there. And they're one of our best rentals.
Oh, okay. Never mind, we do have it acquired.
Uh-uh.
No, they use you.
Yeah. Yeah, but that is an adorable house. So the Biltons are amazing.
I have another thought idea that I just wanted to bring, just planting seeds. And I think I mentioned a little bit to this to you on our way out last time, but I was like, I know you talk about getting some of the groups to come over, the high school's closing early, like all these things are happening. And I'm like, in my brain, I just feel like there's might be this opportunity for like a mentorship program with like older community members and younger community members, possibly even leading to like a scholarship program for young kiddos to go to school. The other piece is I wonder if we could tap into the high school and ask, not obviously if there's an interest. A lot of these kiddos do like tutors practicum. And I'm like, why couldn't they volunteer at your facility if they're going to go volunteer at the Gladstone Center for Children and Families? You're so close. Like, is there an opportunity for them to get credit to like volunteer? Or is that, I don't know if that's too much chaos, but like it is an opportunity to potentially gain credit for them, but also get them more involved and understanding on what's going on in the community. Anyway, those are things that are in my brain.
Good thought.
So of the existing 3 goals that we have established, are any of these goals that are dropping off? Like, for instance, I'm curious about number 3. So establishing the on-site programming at the Gladstone Community Center that includes classes, activities, and special events. That has now been established. So I think, yay, goal met, right? But that doesn't mean that the goal needs to go away entirely, right? If we think that we just continue with the goal, just change the wording a little bit, or do we want to come up with an entirely new goal that talks about the programming? Does anybody have any strong thoughts on that?
Continue and expand instead of establish.
Or not necessarily continue, expand on-site programming.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Just skip the continue because that's kind of like an ongoing. It's like,
Mhm.
where are they going with that? Expand on-site programming. And you could possibly add another to those categories: classes, activities.
I think a lot would fall under that, and I don't think it needs verbiage of on-site. I only say that because I do think there's the opportunity, something that the city has been looking into is swim lessons, say. So if we could somehow facilitate swim lessons with a different group, it might still be something that we list for Gladstone families. Like, we're a rec department, right? Basically, we're signing people up for these classes, but maybe we have outsourced that to a pool or something like that. But it's our programming, but they're going somewhere else. Or it's a program, kids something at the park, but they're meeting at the park to do those things. I don't know. I'm just saying we should think, we have our whole community to use, right? We can plan things as a community center, but we don't need to necessarily stay in the box that we have to do everything at our community center. So
The word on-site.
Yeah, both of those, and just expand programming.
expand programming within our community. Like, we want to, wherever that might fall, we want to work for our community, basically.
Right.
What do they want? What do they need? Where does that need to be at? Because you all know we have a very small building.
Well, you could do mommy and me programs down at the park. You can do all kinds of things. It's just like how are you facilitating meetups?
Yeah.
Essentially, you don't have to do anything. You're just trying to drive people to come together.
Yeah. Get that belonging, that connection
Correct.
of the community, which I think is really in need right now. So
So what do you want to say, expand, programming in the community?
About programs at the Gladstone Community Center that includes classes, activities. and
Well, because then you're saying at the center and we're trying to open it up more. So if we wanted to keep Gladstone Community Center in there, we're going to need to say something like expand programming facilitated by the Gladstone Community Center. That includes classes, activities, and special events,
I like that.
perhaps.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to keep
Yeah.
our name in there.
I think that's great.
Okay, so it would be expand programming facilitated.
Is this summer
By-
program? Who oversees that program?
Haley. So
Well, I feel like it's very connected. That's why.
well, we get the volunteers for the most part, but Haley comes up with all that, and her name's Maddie. She does the actual Parks and Rec. She's the facilitator at the events, and yeah, so Haley's behind the scenes doing her magic on all sorts of things.
That's nice because I feel like they do kind of sit together.
Yeah. Haley and I work very closely together with community events. And so we have the volunteer base, right? So we're able to take a lot of those ideas and help feed those volunteers into them.
Speaking of volunteers in the park, I know that when we met, I think last time you talked about the fact that you're taking over the Gladstone Festival.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Is that accurate?
Is that accurate?
I still feel like there may be some opportunity, like how do they create like some sort of leadership thing at the high school to like help you like put that on?
Yes, I'm sure there's so many,
I know.
sorry, you caught me off guard.
No, I didn't
completely
mean-
different.
I just like my brain is like going right now. I'm just like, I feel like there are like kiddos that would be like, I mean, my daughter wants to be an event planner. And I'm just like, I think that there's just some cool connections that could be helpful.
So I feel like I wear two hats, and one's a city of Gladstone hat, and one of them is a community center manager, and that's not
On this docket.
connecting Gladstone Community Center with Gladstone Community Festival. Does that
Fair.
make sense?
Totally.
Um,
You can plant that seed for yourself.
Thank you. Not that I don't think that's a great idea. And there's a lot of things. This is going to be our first year, 2026. So there's always, we're going to come up with all sorts of different opportunities, I'm sure. So
Wait.
it's going to, yeah.
I have a question. There used to be a swimming pool at that little motel up on McLaughlin by, I think, the Toyota dealer. And I just, you were talking about swimming lessons. That might be a cool thing to check into because they were having a hard time getting customers.
Do you remember what this motel was called?
I can't remember its name.
She knows,
I've
you know
been
what?
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Motel
I-
8?
It's not a budget.
It's right just north of the Toyota dealer.
Well, what about Eastside Athletic Club? They have an indoor pool,
Yeah, but they're pretty expensive.
But my mom, for example, has a membership there for free. I think
Silver,
people, yeah, right?
So you're saying they're flexible to work with people?
I just think bringing people in, they may be willing because I feel like they want more people in their facility, and they have lots of other things that you could cross promote probably.
And I love this, like branching out of different ideas. That was just one example.
Yeah.
But do you see what I mean? That there's things that we could do in our community to utilize things outside of the community center
Yeah, they have one of I don't remember if it was the team from Oregon City that practiced there regularly. Because when I first retired, I joined that for a short while, and there wasn't enough evening lap swimming because they have team using it all the time.
Okay.
So that's just, I don't know if you're looking at lessons. The other one would be the one on Arlington, looking at the gym there. I don't know if they would.
Oh, the 24-hour fitness.
Yeah, they have a
yeah.
pool. They have a
They
real
do.
beautiful,
That's a great
big,
idea.
much bigger pool than the one at the.
Yeah, the east side's pretty small.
yeah, it is dinky.
but
one up there on McLaughlin isn't really that big, but it's back off the road and it's secluded and it,
It's indoors.
People are-
Well, it
yes.
became a creepy motel after all.
Okay. you're fine.
well, the motel is creepy, but that,
well, I think we would have to think about children being in a pool around creepy people in a motel,
Well,
just off of the top of my head.
Is a good
but
option.
that, I mean, that's crazy to think about.
But yeah, no, I mean, figure out what resources we have. Yeah, no, I know, totally.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cindy
so
took
for
my
swimming
son
lessons.
and my nephews for swimming lessons.
oh yeah, it was a great pool and the people that ran it were wonderful people. I'm just thinking about everybody is so worried about their kids' security nowadays.
Okay.
That little places like that, I don't know how bad the motel is. They keep it up, but I don't know if it's still creepy or not.
Well, and then with the swimming pool, you have to be tested frequently. I've stayed at some motels before where they had outdoor pools and I took a look at it and went, oh, no way am I gonna get that.
It's indoor. Yeah, it's indoor. But they still have to have them tested.
Anyway,
It wasn't
Yeah.
creepy back in
Okay.
1970.
Let's pull it back in, y'all. Let's pull it back in here.
This one goal stated, we have expand programming facilitated by the Gladstone Community Center. And do you remember to turn on a microphone, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, we had part of that statement. Are we going to just add anything else? Expand programming facilitated by the Gladstone Community Center. That what?
That will include classes, activities, and special events.
I mean, I think that it could stand, the way that the
The
latter
of it is.
half of the
Yeah.
sentence is we're just changing the first part of it to indicate that essentially that goal has been met, because we're changing the word to expand, but then we're also stating that it's not solely on site that we're trying to do these activities. I mean, it's subtle, but
Right.
but we could leave it like that, or we could wordsmith it if you all felt like we needed to.
No, I think that's good. I don't know that we need to even put that will. I mean, you can, but that includes, it's just one less word, but I think it's very good.
Okay, great. Fantastic. I think it goes without saying that goal number 2 just continues. That is always a goal. And I know Michelle is always looking for opportunities to write grants and try and find some funding. I know that creating a master site plan has been a dream for a long time, and we're just gonna keep dreaming and hoping and writing and asking. So that one's just gonna stand.
Michelle, do you do all those grants yourself?
I've only wrote a few, but as far as the community center, any ones that we apply for,
Yeah.
I write them. We're waiting on 2 right now, so they're going to come through any day.
That's exciting.
No, I don't. Hopefully,
Put the positive out there.
but yeah, if you guys ever see any grants or know of anyone who would put together a master site, I mean, Joelle, you're in the corporate world. Anyone who does master site plans pro bono, send them my way.
Okay.
Architectural master site plans.
Both. Yep.
The nephew was Procore Technologies.
Things to look into.
All right.
Okay. Goal number 1, expand multi-generational services, programs, and activities offered at the Gladstone Community Center. I mean, obviously, that's also an ongoing.
Continue to.
Yes, we could just put in a continue to expand if we wanted to, again, kind of state that that goal has been met, but yet it is a goal that continues to be a priority and continues to evolve as we get more resources at the center and more volunteers and more classes and all of that stuff. So we can leave it, or we could do the same to it that we did with number 3.
Continue multi-generational services, programs, and activities. Because we're expanding down below.
Okay.
You mean just not,
Could-
not use the word expand? Is that what you're suggesting, Tony?
But I don't know.
What are your thoughts?
Could we throw in there, I didn't realize that we did not have anything in here culturally.
Mhm.
So we have generationally.
Mhm.
Could we throw in there just multicultural, multi-generational
Yeah.
services, programs, and activities? It's just a personal goal that we're always working on anyways, so we might as well have it in as one of our goals. How do you guys feel about that?
I agree.
Yeah.
So it would be, and again, I'm going to use the word expand in here, but we can always decide to take it out. So it could be something like continue to expand multicultural and multi-generational services, programs, and activities at, get rid of offered maybe, at the Gladstone Community Center.
Yeah.
Do you all agree?
Offered by the Gladstone Community Center, because it doesn't
Ooh,
have to
yes.
be at the community
Ooh,
center.
yes.
Again, we could,
Offered
You know.
by, yes. How do we feel about the word expand in there?
I like it.
Continue to expand.
Mhm.
I know we've used it a lot. We could thesaurus it. What's another word for expand?
Well, and
You want me to look it up?
Totally.
did you say continue to expand multi-generational and multi-generational cultural services, or just multi-generational and cultural services?
We said continue to expand multicultural and multi-generational services. I know it's a
Okay.
lot, but I think that it's important if we want to, continue with the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, that using the word multicultural would be appropriate here.
yeah, because we don't even necessarily have to use that verbiage. We just want
Mm-hmm.
the sense of all community members
Mm-hmm.
to be represented and feeling heard, feeling seen, feeling like this is their center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we want to include everyone we can think of,
Exactly.
every community. We don't want to miss anyone in Gladstone,
Mm.
wherever they're coming from.
You ready for some words,
Yeah,
my friend?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, so some synonyms are grow, increase, broaden, widen, enlarge, extend, stretch, amplify, boost,
Oh, I like amplify.
multiply, build out, scale up, elaborate, deepen, develop further.
Extend sounds good, concise.
Expand capacity could be used somewhere in our stuff too. Expand operation, expand, yeah.
I meant extend.
Yeah.
Extend multicultural and multi-generational services. No?
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking.
What did you like? You liked amplify? What did you like?
I just like music.
Yeah, I don't know that I like the word amplify there. It's you're like saying turn it up.
Well, broaden,
Personally, I would
Develop.
like the word grow, but I don't know if it works here. I mean, continue to grow multicultural and multi-generational services.
Continue to develop. That's another word. You mentioned
Develop
that.
is awesome.
Develop's
Yep.
another word rather than
Develop is
expand.
great.
yeah.
Continue to develop multicultural and multi-generational services, and then blah, blah, the rest of the statement that we said.
I would be okay with develop.
I like develop.
Yeah, I think that's very good. It's a little,
Let's we can't use expand twice.
Well,
yeah.
and we are developing.
We are
So,
developing.
we're
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Woohoo. All right. Thank you. We're
So we want to, are we still using the continue or
Yes.
just develop?
well,
Okay.
okay.
Develop.
well,
Continue to develop okay. Continue advancing, no, continue
I
expanding.
think
Develop multicultural and multi-generational services.
I don't know. I mean,
'Cause-
there's a part of me that still really wants the continue to because it's
Okay.
we're showing forward movement. You know what I mean? If we just start with develop, it kind of sounds like we haven't yet.
What if
And
it's
that-
enhance?
Continue to
Enhance.
so we could get rid of continue and just use enhance,
Enhance.
multicultural and multi-generational services.
Okay, I like that.
You're funny.
Wordsmith. Yes. I mean, it takes the continue out and it shows that
You've already done it.
we're already
just
doing it. We're
elevating
just
And no develop,
Scaling
then
up.
just enhance.
Enhancing it.
enhancing.
Oh, you want it to be
Oh,
enhancing?
no,
Just
no.
enhance.
Enhance. Yes. That's fantastic. I love that. Okay. Anything else on anybody's mind? I mean, we don't have to stick with 3 goals. We could come up with a whole new number 4 if we wanted to.
Well, is there anything else like Michelle, you think is
Yeah.
like something like,
Yes.
do we want to grow volunteers by 20%? That up?
We're actually on a volunteer freeze.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh
No
my gosh,
more.
what a great problem to
Oh my
have.
gosh, really?
Uh,
Yeah, is there anything within
Everybody wants to work there.
this,
the free.
They like you.
I
is
was-
there anything within the city council?
Oh, yeah, what-
The only other thing I can think of is a citywide approach with our communication goals, but it's also a center
Mhm.
goal is to improve our communication externally and internally, but
Mhm.
externally as far as our social media, our web, how our website looks. So it's easy for people to jump on there, go to community center, our calendars, accurate or all those things, right? So that could be another goal. That is a goal that I have.
It is. Cool.
But we could definitely put it on here because I'm far from it.
Elevate,
Ooh, let's do it.
elevate your communication.
Revamp,
Enhance.
enhance.
Scale up.
Yeah, we have all the words.
Yeah.
No, I think
Um,
it would be a great goal because, it is in here and, it's 3.7. And now that there is, that new,
Communications guide. It's not
yes,
in place yet, but it should be by January.
fantastic.
And I think that will be such a great guide to go off of for us to start, having the blueprint basically for what we need to do to take it to the next level or
Okay,
take it to any level. So
to some level.
some level
elevate.
to elevate and
Okay.
amplify it.
So
You're
how do we
funny.
want this goal?
Does this have any like around communication, did you want to put anything in there around accessibility as well? Like I know we talked about potentially maybe there are some things that you maybe like have access via WebEx and making like video chat. Like, do we want to do anything like that in the future? And then maybe a 2027 or 2026 to 2027 conversation. But I am curious, like communication and accessibility. I kind of feel like
That
Yeah.
could be stated in the communication goal in terms of you're saying within the community center in the city. I don't know what.
Oh, I was just, I and Haley, that we should definitely make sure we're working on the communications guide right now.
Yeah.
And I believe that accessibility was one of but we're
sure it is.
we're reviewing it soon. So we'll actually double check that and make sure, because I think that is a great one.
And I don't know how how easy it will be to make things. I just feel like, I know for me, I remember I was teasing you. I was like, oh, I wonder if I can watch this via my, like, from remotely. Can I watch the
Did you
dance?
watch?
And I didn't, because I didn't know it was going to be available.
So I specifically
You did it for-
streamed it live for you.
Oh my Lanta.
Yeah.
I should have texted you and asked you if you're going to do it. I feel really bad now.
But it could get better because I'm not sure, listening to it, I could have probably had a little microphone or something to amplify the sound so people would have had a better experience.
Did it get recorded at all?
Yeah, it's on our Facebook.
I'll go look. Okay.
Yep. So the whole performance, what she's referring to, guys, is the Minidoka Swing Band. And what I did was just put it on our Gladstone Community Center's live on Facebook so that anybody could watch it, even if they weren't there. So
I love the idea of it. So I'm going to have to keep that in my file.
yeah,
You do have the word accessible right here
Beautiful.
in the 3.7. Third bullet point, accessible multilingual information.
Check that off your list, Michelle.
Yeah.
Part of your statement.
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
communication.
I also like this bullet point 1, unified communication approach. Like we could have a goal that says something like the Gladstone Community Center will adopt a unified communication approach.
And I don't know if we necessarily want it on our goals per se, only because that is happening and it'll be finished by January, hopefully. So it'll be the easiest check off possible.
Giving ourselves an easy goal.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be a goal if you
Yeah.
don't want it to be a goal.
I mean, it is one of our goals. We are
But I mean,
definitely,
it doesn't have to be like number 4
yeah.
if you don't want to.
I would just say implement our new,
Oh, that's a good idea.
like implementing that at the community center. Cause I feel like that's going to be the most challenging part for the community center. We are going to have this guide, right?
Mhm.
We're getting it. We're working on it right now. Implementing it
Guide.
within the community center on our end is going to be the hard part for us. Cause we don't have one designated person to do that. So right now it's just falling on me whenever I can find time to push those things out. So, that will be, a goal in my own mind that I need to be better about that. So having it on our goals, I think will be good for me to read it every day. Like, hey, this is not only a city council goal, we have this new process in place, but I need to make sure to do it. So.
Okay. So you want to implement the communication guideline for a unified communication approach? No, that doesn't sound right. But implement the communication guideline, is that a good start?
Yeah, I think
The
that's
communication guideline.
yeah.
To ensure a strategic rollout of making this up.
Implement and encourage.
Implement and
Because you want an adoption, right? You want people to adopt it, right?
So you needs to be more than encourage. It should be influence and can't think of a word. Support. Yeah. Support.
city,
Support.
city communication guidelines.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's a citywide communication guideline.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that works. Do you guys like that?
Yeah.
Implement and support city.
Communication guidelines.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, wait.
Simple.
Brilliant. He's like,
Implement and support the citywide communication guidelines. Did I get that right?
Communication. Did we put the word communication in there?
Implement and support the citywide communication guidelines. Does that sound good?
I think it does.
Nice and simple, to the point. Okay, let me scratch out that.
The guidelines for.
Do we want implement and support, or do we want support and implement?
Hmm. Well, we have to implement it first and then support it.
Okay, all right. So we've got it in the right order. Okay. Great. So that is goal number 4. Fantastic. I think these look really good.
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other final thoughts or?
It's a wrap.
Is it a wrap? Okay. So, so what we'll do is, we will have a lot to do at our next meeting in December. And so what we're going to be doing is, Haley, can you remind me, please, can we adopt these as a whole, or do we need to make a motion per item?
I think you can do it as a whole, but I'll find out for sure.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that's what we'll do is at our next meeting, we'll make a motion and we will vote on the new adopted goals. So fantastic.
2026, 2027.
Yes. And I
And
think
then-
these are really great.
Is if you guys have any other, ideas that fall within these 4 goals, just shoot them over to me via email.
Mhm.
I love getting everyone's ideas. I really do. I feed off of them. So, they're really just coming out of this session. We have talked about groups and respite and stuff before, but gives me something else to work towards. So.
Okay. There was something else on the agenda.
Yes, I wanted to see if you want to talk about just the,
The regular.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we
and
talked.
if we're going to meet in December, maybe that would be something we would take off.
Oh, okay. We had talked, I think it was a couple of sessions back, about the regularity of meetings. We are one of the only advisory boards that meets on a monthly basis. And so it's just always one of those where I think just regularly checking in with the board members about whether the regularity of a monthly advisory board meeting is still something that is wanted, or if there is any other schedule that would like to be proposed.
I personally would like to propose that we take December off. Since we don't have anything, if you guys don't mind, we just have a really busy month in December. If you guys still want to meet, that is fine. But we could pull all this into January.
Oh, I think
And-
it had to be turned in by January.
No.
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 Okay.
Well, what is the recommendation? Like what are the other boards meeting? Is there a cadence quarterly? Is it every other month? Like I'm curious what.
Haley, do you know?
They're typically bi-monthly.
So every other month.
Yeah, every other month. sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes,
And I think
I'm with you.
the traffic and safety advisory board, I feel like it's like every 2 months or something.
So they probably meet quarterly.
That meets,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, it meets when they have something to discuss. So it's
Oh.
supposed to be every other month, but there's not always an item to
Mm.
discuss every other month. So
Okay.
that's why sometimes
That makes sense.
So
like-
traffic and safety is every other month. Parks and Rec is monthly, but I'm not sure if, they might be trying to change that. I don't know if they are or not.
Library board.
And then the audit and budget are only when called.
Mm.
So, and then everyone else is.
I mean, we could do what we want.
Sure. I'm
basically.
just asking. what
Yeah,
other
no,
people are
I
doing.
think that's really good because I
Yeah.
didn't know I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty much everybody was kind of on an every other month schedule.
Cadence,
but,
sure.
Should we think about it and vote on it at our next meeting?
We could absolutely talk about this again at the next meeting.
Okay.
So I think that wait, we're not allowed to make any decisions today, Haley. So, but we're making a decision about whether or not we're gonna meet in December.
I think that that's gonna be fine.
Okay.
That,
I was gonna say we.
Haley says it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would definitely entertain everybody's thoughts on whether or not you want to skip the December meeting. It's on December 16th, so it's kind of right up. I know my kid is home
Yeah.
from college and I just want to feed him and watch him sleep. So
I
for
agree.
many days.
I think we
But
should.
you know, if you feel strongly about meeting in December, we can absolutely keep it on the table.
But if you're not doing that, then I'm hungry.
Tony's getting cookies from somebody.
Yeah.
Josie, how do you feel?
Why do you think I volunteer?
Oh, I'm fine with it. I couldn't be here in December anyway,
Oh, there you go.
because the person I caregive is having head surgery and I'm sure that I'll need to be there.
Okay.
I sound like, I
alright.
think we know a club for you soon.
So
Oh, what?
A
no,
club.
no, there's no.
You need to
official
join a club.
decisions
I'm
being
caring for
made.
someone too.
But we will,
Getting burned out.
okay,
Bless her.
so we have decided that we will not be meeting at the December 16th meeting. So that means that we will be meeting. I don't have a calendar up. January 20th. January 20th will be our next meeting. And that's when we can put our new goals to a vote. And we'll probably have lots of really exciting updates too by then, too. All of the holiday hubbub.
Can
But,
I,
yeah.
can I make one ask, Michelle, not to put something more on your plate, but I am curious if we met, if you think something we can talk about when we meet again, but, I guess prior to kind of voting on when we meet, whether meeting quarterly, it makes sense to meet at in a specific month, gearing up for something, or I want to say bi-monthly, every other month.
Every other month, yeah.
Anyway, something to noodle on. I'm just curious, like, is there a pro or a con if we did that? That's what I'm,
We do take summer off.
right.
We take July and August
Right.
off typically. So, but you know, I think that I think it's worth thinking about on, you know, possibly just going every other month. And then if we want to take an extra month in the summertime, we certainly can. You know, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm fine if you guys want to meet every month. I enjoy these. I get a little we go over all our accomplishments, and it's not that I love that we do all those accomplishments, but I get a little self-conscious because we're just talking about all the things that we've done at the center. That's the only thing that
So we love that part.
yeah, it's a
Well, isn't that what it's all about?
no.
Yes.
It is, but I just feel like none of my staff's here to hear all of it, and
Well, is
it's
there an opportunity though in the future for you to like bring a staff member here?
yeah. Actually, Kyla will be attending the January
Great.
meeting, so
That'll be
I won't
great.
be here.
Oh, okay.
But she will be here in my place, and so yes, that will be great for her to hear.
Fantastic.
Yeah, find out what goes on, and she's been doing such a wonderful job over there that it'll be nice to hear you guys. Yeah, I think she will enjoy hearing how much it's appreciated.
Aw.
So
She's a riot.
All right. Okay. Well, I would entertain a motion to, can we do that? No. Okay, it's done. We're done. All right. Good job, everybody.